Hello, welcome to Frag Addiction. My name is Tanya, and today I'd like to tell you about Crimson Rocks by the House of Amouage. It is a fun, festive fragrance, and it's a great performer for all year round, even in summer. This is a feminine offering from Amouage, but it has a very unisex vibe to it. It's very bright. Let's look at the presentation. This fragrance comes in 50 milliliters and 100 milliliter sizes. This is a 100 milliliter size. And they all the feminine amouages have little crystals on top. Amouage is not a budget-friendly fragrance brand, and all their compositions are definitely not blind buys. Even though Crimson Rocks in particular is more understandable for crowd, and it is still quite spicy, and it's very heavy on cinnamon. In the air, though, it is crazy attractive. Crimson Rocks by Amouage is considered an amber floral fragrance, and it was launched in 2020. The nose is listed as Domitille Michalon Bertier, if I'm pronouncing it right. He created Flower Bomb by Victor and Rolf in 2005, and the new one, Marc Jacobs Perfect, that released in 2020. The keynotes, top notes are cinnamon bark essence, pink pepper, CO2, whatever it means. I also smell nutmeg on top. I'm not sure, it's not listed, but I do smell it. Middle notes are listed as rose, cedar, honey, an animalic honey in here. Then goes sweet caramel, roasted hazelnuts. And for me personally, I presume it is a mix of honeyed dried fruits and jammy rose. It's a delicious heart that you can actually smell from the beginning. The base notes are listed as oak wood, Atlas cedar oil, and vetiver oil. It's not heavy on vetiver, don't be afraid. It's not going to presume as smoky as many amouages are, but this one is, it's not that super smoky. It doesn't have incense. I'd say this particular offering doesn't even have that like amouage DNA as we fragrance lovers think about amouage as incense heavy fragrances sometimes, but it's not. It reminds me somehow of a chypre structure. It gets a little greener as it dries down. Right now it's very bright. It's rose and cinnamon that I can smell. And it is very unisex. Even though it is officially women's fragrance, I imagine it on a man easily. It's very bright. Impression is very festive. It's not exactly Christmassy, but you can definitely wear this on Christmas market. But though it has like these festive notes as cinnamon and spices. In fact, cinnamon sometimes smells here as like a spicy red wine or spicy tea, something like that for me personally. Also, because of those molecules that they add, that in the structure is preserved, it says CO2, oakwood CO2, cinnamon CO2, I believe. They make this fragrance very modern and super vibrant, diffusive, but it is an amazing performer even in hot weather, even though it's very different in hot weather. It is very dense still, and it has, due to the wooden base, it gets kind of greener, as I said. It's not presumed as too heavy for the summer. Musical associations. I imagine rustling of spice, like fallen leaves. Crimson Rocks is, for me, a calming soundtrack to a romantic drama movie. The soundtrack is played when the main character is very excited to meet his loved one, and there's a joy in his eyes, but somehow the audience suspects, they understand that something is going wrong. It won't be as rainbows and butterflies as he personally thinks now. It is a melody in C major, quick and alluring. It is keyboard vibes, trap beats, all is leading to the epilogue of alternative time signature, like 5/8, or even something more rare. It is a mix of percussion instruments that breaks the formal perfection of the beginning, but it still sounds very attractive and even mysterious in the end. Next chapter, performance. Performance of this composition, the fragrance, of course, is outstanding. This journey actually lasts all day. It changes. All the Amouage fragrances are great, from the technical side, of course, and this is no exception. After third or fourth hour, it is getting a little closer to the skin, but it's not that skin set. And you should try it in the heat. It might surprise you. It's a fragrance for special occasions, for holidays, for going out, but it can also be used as an everyday feminine scent for winter. It warms you up like a scarf. Just mind your trigger in the office. The only concern with Crimson Rocks, it's the type of smell that can be easily, you can get tired of this quite easily if you use it many days in a row. It's very bright, and like you remember it straight away. It could be a signature scent if you really like it, but for me, this experience, like, it's a little different for most than for most people. When I hear smells, I kind of hear the melody sometimes, and with this one in particular, I can actually hear it, and it gets a little too linear for me sometimes throughout the day. This one takes me to the journey that is very bright and clear. And it's sometimes, for me, quite hard to wear many days in a row. Tell me your own impressions about Crimson Rocks. Does it give you this vibe of the high peaks of Hajar Mountains? For me, for example, it's not really that. I think kinda, when you think about pink pepper, it gives kind of wind gusts vibe for me, but I'm not really sure. I imagine more of a Christmas market for this fragrance. Like this video. Please share your comments below. Subscribe to my new channel. I appreciate it so much. I'm so happy I had some watches on my first video. Have a good day. If you like my stories, hit the notification bell and see you soon.